Anyways, I guess I'm live. I was cleaning the stupid camera lens. I was cleaning the camera lens and it decided to go live on me. All right, so make sure my hair's all set. All right. So, what's going on, everybody? This is COVID and Coffee. You know, those shows that are now banned. Aggravating, man. It's aggravating that my show got banned. Well, yeah, not banned, but yeah, it is banned because every single time I do a COVID and Coffee and I label it COVID and Coffee, or I talk about COVID and Coffee, YouTube's algorithm wipes out my stream or does whatever it does. So, so I'm obviously trying to do. What the heck is that? Guy, dude. Well, don't say that because Earl Moorhead. But dude, thank you for that. I appreciate that. That's stinking awesome. What's in the box over here, guy? Like I said, I wasn't even supposed to be on right now. I'm not even prepared. Somehow when I was cleaning the lens, I think it sensed my finger through the paper towel and it clicked to go live now. So I don't even know if that's messing things up. So I want to see if I can even find my own stream. Let's see. I gotta find my own stream. There we go. I'm there. All right. Look at that. Don't forget them ads,
when you hand
man.
someone your logo sticker, you put your brand out into the world because stickers can
mute. Okay. What I want to do is I just wanted to make sure that that was there. Woody Ellis, what's going on, guy? We got Lorne. We got RCU next Tuesday. Now, guy, aren't you over in the UK? I think RCU next Tuesday. Are you in the UK? I can't remember. Earl Moorhead, what's going on, guy? Yeah, it's a conspiracy. Chris Watton, Chris Watton, what's going on, guy? Vinud K, where do you go for speed running with your speed rigs in Mass? Do you know? All right. That number right there, I actually don't. That's been a struggle for me. I found one place that will probably support like 90, maybe a quick 100, but everywhere I seem to go, there's too much hazards, man. I want to say I probably have max traveled. I probably have traveled about 1.5, 2 hours away from where I live to try to find a place that, and the big thing with me is safety. I mean, it's kind of paramount because if you crash and burn and you wipe out into someone or, God forbid you somehow startle a driver, because that thing's going, over 100 miles per hour and all of a sudden, whacks into somebody's car. It's not like the impact of the RC is going to, destroy their vehicle or anything like that, but it's the possibility that that person may get startled. And I think my biggest apprehension is I work with a lot of elderly people and I've seen firsthand, nightmare things where an elderly person will mistake the brake or the gas pedal. Yeah, that's the way I should say it. They'll mistake the gas pedal as the brake and they can't understand why the harder they step, the faster they go. That's actually happened. So I was right there, dude. The lady hit my truck. So first-hand knowledge, man. I'm speaking first-hand knowledge right there. So all right, so RC next Tuesday. Did you say whether if you were UK? Can't remember. I thought you were. Sergeant J, what's going on, guy? Oops. Oh, crap. UK. All right, that's what I figured. So you are the guy, young man. You're the young man that I have seen. I said, it's so funny to say that now. Look at the gray, man. Look at all the gray coming in. That's why I can say young man. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, so you're the one that I've seen from the UK. You do some good stuff, man. Anyways, Joe Garding, what's going on, guy? So basically what this is, Paul, what's going on, man? Paul, you're late. Where's the boom? I didn't see no boom this time. So we know how to get Paul off his platform by going live because he's not expecting it. If it's a video, Paul's like usually first. I think it's funny, man. This guy Paul here, for a lot of videos, he's been first, but he's been slacking lately, man. He's using excuses like driving to work and all that stuff. He couldn't get to his phone fast enough before the stoplight. I think he's got like boom, like automatically set up on his thing. So as soon as he goes to a video, it's like boom. Buggies and Truggies, what's going on, guy? Just stopping in. Hey, man, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, if you're stopping in, don't forget to go ahead and at least drop one of those. But anyway, I did a boom. Oh, I didn't see it. Right, but you were first. All right, so driving to work is no, cause driving to work is no, cause miss a guy live, right? I was charged with a drag car. Yeah, sure, excuses. All right, so obviously I think the thumbnail kind of said it. Actually, and this isn't trying to feed Earl more subscribers and views, but you know, he did put out a pretty good video this morning, and I think what's missing in a lot of and I don't know the castle stuff and all the parameters and all that. I wish there was they definitely need to update it to make it more flow better, because the frustration is when you go to zoom out, when you go to add in another value, it totally unzooms. And the thing is you zoomed into a specific location, they should allow it to be able to add in everything you need. The other thing that Castle needs to do is they need to be able to because they obviously you can move your mouse around. You want to go right to the value of where you peaked out something. Whoa. Oh. You want to go to the value of where you peaked out something. Come on. Did I wreck it? No, I didn't. Okay, that was close. You want to go to where you how am I saying it? When you put your cursor to the number, I wish there was a way for on screen for it to basically tick or put where that value is. So I have a extremely bad ripple voltage right now, and that's kind of what I was worried about. I was worried about destroying the ESC, and you know, people know that once you start getting ESCs like this and above, you're paying a good amount of money for an ESC, and if you're not looking at data, if you're not at least trying to pay attention, because it's not just heat. Well, I mean, it is heat that kills it, but there's a lot involved in what can kill an ESC, and ripple voltage is a very bad one. And so that means, you know, if you've got a premium ESC, but you've used all your money to go ahead and buy that premium ESC, you might not have the extra funding to go ahead and buy premium batteries that you should maybe use with that ESC that would help it perform. It's kind of like, it's basically what it is. It's exactly like automotive, and that's what I love, especially now. That is point blank what I really love about this part of the hobby, is that there is so much involved in its base, in where it came from. Automotive, to where, especially now with data and all this other stuff, man. But get back to what I was saying. Earl just put out a video. It's really good because a lot of people that show, at least from what I've seen, and I'm not researching, it's just if I happen to come across the video, I'll be, oh, what's that? But he did a great job. I wish he did a little bit more, but he did a great job of actually explaining the data. And I think what's happening with me is also, you know, learning the whole data thing, but I'm doing way too many runs. And I was having a conversation with Earl yesterday, and he was like, Guy, he was like, you have to stop doing 9 runs. You know what I mean? He says, you've got to, and I think what it is my problem is waste of time. I hate wasting time. So when I go out there, you know, I'm not doing what I should be doing. I'm doing the runs, but I'm being impatient and I'm continually running and running and running. And he's like, you're not allowing the battery to catch up. You're not charging the battery in between. And I'm like, Guy, how do you have the patience to do everything you just told me? It's like, when I go down to the place, I expect to only be there for like half hour. Like, I mean, I expect to be there for like a half an hour and do what I got to do, and then come back, look at the computer and see what's going on and make a video. And he's like, you got to slow down. You got to do a consistent run, do a consistent block of runs. Stop rolling on trigger, getting down to the end and being like, oh, I got to get it back, you know, fast to me. And this last one, and a couple of times before that, I've been kind of slowing down a little bit, because you're saying, you know, what you're doing is you're number one, you're maintaining consistent heat. I know that. Maintaining a consistent heat in that setup, which isn't good because you're trying to get rid of the heat. I'm not using good fans. I got the Castle fan on there, which already, you know what's funny is I found a piece of plastic. I can't remember where I found the piece of plastic. I think it was here. Found a piece of plastic and it came out of the car. And I'm looking at it going, this looks familiar, but why is it coming out of this car? Like, I mean, I was like, the whole like construction of how it's made and the type of plastic it is. Why is this here? I didn't even think that was my ESC fan disintegrating. So right now my Castle ESC fan's broken. I finished off breaking off one blade. One blade was already snapped off. The last run that I did, I realized that the ESC wasn't running, which isn't good because it brought temperatures up into the ESC and the fan wasn't able to combat that. And you got to figure it's got to do more than just that. So if you've got a line of voltage that is trying to feed power to something, and that something is not properly handling the power, you're now increasing a load, and you're granted it's just a fan wire, but you're increasing heat, you're increasing the load. Like, it's a whole patience and learning thing that I'm struggling with. So I think if Earl could punch me in the face and say, listen, or grab me and shake me, you know, like, dude, the only way this is going to work is if you just slow down, do 2 runs, do your 1 run to, you know, feel what it's like for that day. And then the second run, really lay into it if you can. And like, in my mind, I'm knowing that's what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know. The adrenaline, the amp rush that's in me just makes me want to, you know, rip it again. I'm definitely truly that basher, I guess, type of person. I enjoy fast jumps and you know what I mean? Like pushing limits. Now what I need to do is push the limits, but restrain myself a little bit. So what we got going? Fastest 70. And I go, what's in the box, dude? You got your hand shaking. Nice, dude. RC guy slowing down. Yes, sir. RC next Tuesday. Yes, sir. Emily, what's going on, guy? Let's see. Integrity, what's going on, man? Dude, you built a nitro Kraton, you nuts. Sluga, what's going on, guy? Yeah, I'm just being patient is super important. Yes. Stickies. Yeah. Dude, I just, oh my God. The whole thing about what I know I'm supposed to be doing, once I'm there, it's just gone. So I came across this last run that I did, and I'll probably put a screenshot up of what I did wrong. And even though, I mean, right on the phone, and I think Earl said, what did you do now? Right on the phone, I said, Earl, I said, dude, I got some bad numbers here. And I think he said, like, either in text or he said it verbally. I forget what he said, but basically he was saying he knew that I, messed up. And it's okay. So that's why I'm building my own cat pack, because it's easy to just go ahead and, throw money at somebody else, which is good, because that is feeding that person money for their hard work and design and whatever. And it's definitely easier on me because I could just go ahead and pay, whatever money that people are charging for cat packs. I don't even know what people are charging for cat packs, but whatever it is, it's more money than this costs. So this is what I'm doing. I'm making my own cat pack. It's 7 caps that I've got right now. And yeah, these are 50-volt caps that I found. I've been trying to make a cat pack for 2 years now, I think. I think I bought these things 2 years ago. So hopefully there's not like an expiration date on cat packs. But anyways, so doing something like this should be relatively easy, at least in my mind. So what I'm effectively doing is, and I see like certain things that I, as I'm creating this, I see certain things I've got to do. So number one, when you do this, you want to make sure that all your positives are wrapped together and all your negatives are wrapped together. So the way I chose to do it is I just did a tight kind of, wind here or whatever. I used hot glue, which this thing should be unplugged now because I'm done with it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it on low. Put that on low for now. So I took hot glue and I hot glue 7 cat packs together. I did the first row of 4 together. What a pain in the neck. Using the soldering station, it's great because it provides like a nice surface. These things were only going for $499.99. That is the post-COVID sale price. So all the negative leads are on the outside. I got all my positive leaves on the inside. I think that's the way I'm going to go with this. Now, the electronics person in me like feels like I need to almost make a little platform thing here. Something to like not a rub rail. What the heck is it called? It's like a little divider. Just like for vibration and whatever. I'm going to soak this thing in hot glue when I'm done. So I'm hoping that's going to work. But the intent is to take a length of wire. Now, that's the other thing that I'm struggling with is for some reason, I'm very big on modifications of OEM stuff. Like what I don't like that I'm doing is that I am now going to be cutting away at the positive and negative terminal of the castle system there, the 8S castle system. And I'm going to be soldering a wire. So I'm going to solder a positive wire. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm going to solder a wire to the positive side, the negative side down by the base, because as far as I've understood and read, that when you do a cap hack, you need to get it as close, or the power as close to the basic, I guess, the input side of the the ESC. So I'll be exposing wires. I'll be soldering stuff. So I've got to figure out, like, I'm trying to like really think this through the right way so that I'm not wrecking stuff. And I'm also limited on things. So I'm using, like I said, I've always kept these pieces. So this was like, I think this was from either Red Cat or Hobao. It's the 2-in-1 deal. So I always take these off. I desolder, because I always try to leave the length of wire there. But the thought is, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do these wires. Not sure how to do this yet. It's still, like I said, it's a lot of thought, like I'm trying to put into making this the right way. So length of wire, I need to at least be able to keep a length of wire so that I can mount the cap pack somewhere close to where I'm going, because that's the other thing too with the fire team, is that I'm very restricted on spacing. So with the Mojave that Earl has, he can basically put whatever he wants, wherever he wants, because the body encapsulates the entire vehicle. So he's got fenders and everything that goes over the thing. With the fire team, I've got a cage that is integrated basically kind of to the chassis. So it's got 3 contact points. It's got a front contact point that kind of like semi-interlocks at the front. It's got that rear interlock point that kind of interlocks at that section so that they remain rigid. But what it does is it minimizes, granted the rear doesn't matter, but it minimizes places where I could put things to do things that this vehicle isn't designed to do. So number one was weight. So the vehicle, so the video that I'm actually doing right now, it exposes or shows a couple of positives, but it gave me a bad negative, super bad ripple, which is wicked bad. It's the highest ripple that I have ever seen. And everybody knows that the ripple is what's going to kill. So that's why I'm creating this cap pack. So it's a lot of talk that I'm doing right now. But anyways, talking about the fire team, because the fire team basically hugs the chassis. I'm being restricted on, number one, adding weight. So I'm at the point right now where I've created a weight block and attached to the front. And what an ordeal that was, because trying to find a good location for that to go. When you pull off the top of a fire team and you look at the front and then you look at the cover and you go, I can't fit nothing there. You're absolutely right. You can't. So there was a big struggle with that. That's why this other video that's uploading today, or that is going to be for today, I'm working on the other video. What a mess, man. Anyways, so I'm just going to jump into the comments and I'm going to start figuring out or creating this cap pack thing here. Frank, what's going on? If there's less ripple when there is less ripple when you run, the thing is though, even if that's the case, I'm not going to go that route yet. getting a censored motor. I have a censored motor, but that's reserved for something else. I don't want to throw it in this product or project. But yes, I guess I can understand that. Can you send me a screenshot of the soldering station so I can make one? The shipping is going to kill you? Yeah. Will kill me living up here in the Cybertruck. Yes. Yep. Twisted Liquid. What's going on, guy? Who else is here? RC Steve. What's going on, guy? Let's see. Anyways. Are these capacitors ready to fit me? The ones that I was talking about? Yeah, the ones that people make. You just gotta solder it. Fire team gets forgot. I gotta tell you, somebody on here, it might not be in the comments right now. Somebody in here made a comment, and I gotta see if I can find it, and I probably won't be able to find it. I wish I could find it. Somebody made a comment and said, "Guy, I think you missed 2 screws putting the fire team back together." And I was like, nah, because I didn't think I did. But I did. So that's part of the reason why there was damage to the fire team, which actually you guys haven't even seen yet, have you? I didn't tell you that the fire team got damaged yet. So I got to be careful what I let out there. I got a couple of videos kind of marinating. So, yeah. I got a couple of videos marinating. Oh, my God. Let's see. I'm trying to... What I'm trying to do is, because I'm having a hard time with the thing here. Okay. Yeah. All right. So anyways, I'm making my own cat pack because I've definitely, the last time I went out before this other last time, I already realized that I needed a cat pack, and I definitely shouldn't have done what I did. Everything's fine though. We didn't get any smoke and fire yet. I don't want no smoke and fire, which is why I'm making this. So I'm just go ahead and pin this down. If anybody is trying to say something to me, do like Frank Sluga did. I don't know if you can see it. Frank, how did you see? Frank Sluga did the little RC Guy Garage, and it shows up as a red thing so that I know that somebody's trying to say something to me. So t-shirt cost me $80. Get out of here, guy. Didn't cost you no $80. Fire team has 5 body support spots for the front, rear, center. But yeah, right. But I just call it 3 because even though there are 2 interlocks, it's still kind of just one location. So, but yeah, basically, like Earl said, there is kind of 5 kind of body locks. They're like little hooks, or not even a hook. It's just like a little J. So there's an upper J, a lower J on the front and rear. And then obviously the cage has that little thing like the Mojave has that slots into that brace that's attached to the center diff thing there. So this is the first time that I've decided to go ahead and try and make a cat pack. And it's very simple. Just basically connect all your negatives together, connect all your positives together. Make sure you do it that way. Don't put positives to negatives. And one side is going to be all negative. I got the center line of positive going down the middle there. I haven't figured out exactly how I want to wire up this portion. I'm thinking I might... I don't know, man. This is the first time I've done this, so... And I'm trying not to wreck it because the more times you bend these little terminals, they're just going to break off. And then And then I'll have to figure out, without mangling the entire pack, how to get one of the destroyed caps off. So I am just going to go ahead and pan this down now. So here we go. So this is my attempt here at trying to make my own cap pack, because it is cheaper. You know, when you're paying somebody that's working with their hands, sourcing the products, making sure it works, getting the templates. Why is this going down? How come it's moving? Come on, foolish thing. There we go. So hopefully this is making sense. RC Steve, what's going on, guy? Oh, you're laughing at me? Nice, thanks, man. Oh, Frank Sluga retracting messages. Very impressed that thing didn't explode. You should rename what? The fire team Tombstone. Oh my God. If it landed like that, if it landed and stayed, I probably would. It's a pack of fire. It really is. RC Steve, appreciate that, man. Yeah, don't forget to go ahead and do that, just because it does actually do something with the algorithm. So yeah, like I said, just trying to figure this out. So my thought was, I've got the inside row is all my negatives, right? Yeah, the inside row is all my negatives. So those were the shorter leads. So I've got those. I got a triple here, a triple there, and a single there. I twisted them, and what I'm going to do is I'm now going to solder them. Basically, I'm going to tin this. And this was my thought. Kept it nice and tight. I'm going to tin these leads. I'm calling them leads. So I'm going to tin these, and once I tin them, then I'll be able to snip them down basically like the height of the wire. So the intent is to, guess I got to go this way. The intent is to expose the wire at every point to where I have a negative section, which I need the black wire. It doesn't even matter whether if I'm using black or red, but where I've got this black wire is basically to, man, should I have done that? I wonder if I should take that one and go all the way to there. Will that make it? That actually might be a smarter thing. If I take that and go like that. Yeah, okay. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. See what I'm saying? Like, just learning, man. So that means I'll actually want to go that way. Yeah, okay. And that's why it's nice to buy this, because it's already done. You're not, messing around like what I'm trying to do here and ruin stuff. Because like I said, this is my first shot or attempt at doing this. So hopefully this is going to work. So I think I can already see a problem. Okay. All right. Well, that's the way I'm going with that. So now we've got 4 packs going to that one little post, which should be fine. So going to tin these. Make sure I'm in frame here. Going to tin these. This is going to be my end point. Going to leave that as my end point so that I can have this wire going like that. And there I've got my lead. And then I'll probably do the same thing on this. But what I'll have to do is, let's see. How do I want to do this? Because that's my positive. So my negative is there. So, see, I don't have a huge amount of Y here, because the thought was to somehow take this and do that, but that kind of seems like it's not going to be right. So if I twist, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I'm already getting confused here. Because I want to do this one time. So I was thinking I want to have my end point going this way, which is going to be my negative wire. So that's going to be like that, leaving me enough room to go ahead and solder it in, and then probably put heat shrink on here just to leave it on in case I need it to slide down or something. I don't know. So then I need this wire, which, okay, that might work. So if I twist these two together, these two together, these two together, and then come out there, that might work. So I'm going to go ahead and flux the wires here. Now, I'm not a professional here. This is just a hack. This is just a hack trying to create something that I don't want to pay, you know, $80 for a cap hack. I'd rather spend the $10 in materials and make it myself and learn and fail. I'm cheap. $5. Spend $5 on these caps. So put a little bit of paste on there. And what the paste does is it allows the solder to draw in. So hopefully that's going to work. And I am using an electrical solder. Not that it matters. But I'm not using plumber's solder. And this is my custom tip. That's home wire. And it works. All right. So that looks like it's tinned. And that one looks like it's tinned pretty good. So a little bit of a blob at the bottom, but that's all right. Because when I put the wire in there, I think it'll be okay. I did a better job at this one than I did with this one, but I think it'll still work. And I think it's because this one has the larger wire at the base. So let's see if I can just reheat that up and let it flow a little bit better. There we go. Way better. Okay. And then, so when I cut this too, the thought was to cut it at a diagonal to give it a sharp point, so I can basically kind of, I guess, kind of stab it through, was my thought. Maybe expose the wire or whatever, but stab it through the wire and then solder it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm thinking. Should work. So I got to use the negative. So I'm going to use the black wire here. So if I nip off, if I nip off a little bit at the top and nip off at the bottom, I should be able to stab this through. Again, was my thinking here. So I also want to get a, I'll probably put a piece of heat shrink, I think, on there. So, but I did want to put like a, I did want to put something here. Maybe I should put some hot glue on there. Maybe I'll do it after. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put the wire on first, solder it up, and then blob some hot glue on there just to insulate from any issues. What's that? 10 silversmiths got to be a town thing? What, tinning wire? Tinning wire from when I was a kid in trade school doing electronics. Sometimes I kind of wish I stuck with that sometimes. All right, so if I just nip this, nip it like that, exposes the wire so I can stab it through. And you know what? Yeah, this actually might work really well. So now I want to nip it on this side. And why am I nipping it? Because I still want to leave the insulation on the wire. Again, I don't know if it's a smart thing or what, but so I know that that's going to be for there. So now I wanted to do is I wanted to mark it for this one. So it's going to be about there. So like all this time that I'm wasting doing this is what somebody else, well, I mean, maybe not this, but this is what you're paying somebody else to do, which that's the smart thing, is to pay somebody else to do the work so that you can do something else. That's why you pay people to do stuff. So it frees up your time to go do something else. And it took me years to figure that out. Took me years. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cutters and I'm just going to cut at hopefully a diagonal here. And hopefully that will make it so I can stab it through. See how it gave it a nice sharp little stab through? Hopefully this is working. Whoa. So now I should be able to stab that through, and preferably not my finger. I want to make sure I'm pretty aligned here. Let's see. Here we go. Is it going to work? I want to stab my fingers here. You know what I might have to do? Here's a thought. If I take my awl and make a path through the wire right now. Make it easier to go through. See, this soldering station's awesome. So useful. For the low price of $499.99, it's definitely worth it, man. Here we go. Stabbed and stabbed. There we go. Check that out. Mint. That works. Okay. Let's put the flash on. Enable flash. All right. I'm going to, phone's plugged in here. All right. Can we still nip? What's that? I want at least 2 gun cap packs. Yeah, right, guy. Kidding me? You're better off buying from somebody that already knows how to do this. All right, so now all I should have to do is get the stuff that I just put on my keyboard. So again, take the flex here, put the flex on there, and that way it'll run down into the wire like that when I solder it. Is anybody telling me I'm doing this wrong? Again, it's the first time I've done this, but this is pretty basic. At least I think in my head it's basic. All right, got my solder ready. I got the coffee shakes. I'm not sure if that's sucking in. Hope it is. Looks like it's in there. Can't really tell. Can hear Daisy dreaming. I think that went in there because that blob of solder is kind of gone. So it does look like it went in there. So that looks like it kind of worked. Do it again. That solder went into the wire. Okay. That's what I wanted to happen. So I think I think it worked. I mean, it looks like it worked. Seem happy with that. And then I can go ahead and snip off these pieces here. Just like that. Boy, I wonder if, you know what I'm almost thinking I should do? I'm thinking here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just nip these off now. Right at the base. Feel happy with that, man. That's on there. Even that end of the wire is stiff now. It almost feels like I'd want to sand it. You know, take my little grinder to it or something. Or take a file. Oh, I could take a file to that and file it nice and smooth. All right, so that seems like that kind of works. Now, figuring out which way I wanted to lay this over, I was thinking to myself, if I can take this wire and basically fold it over, or maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like take the double Or do I want to go? No. Take the double, twist that together with this one laid over here or something. Thinking I should do the hot glue. Do a bead of hot glue right there to cover those negative leads. Because what you don't want is you don't want any of these positive leads to come into contact with the negative. So if I did like a strip of hot glue down there, wet my finger and slide it real quick. Why wet my finger? I've learned that today. It's a good idea to wet your finger so you don't burn it with the hot glue. I learned that today. So if I do that and then just smear it, hopefully that would protect. But now I got to figure out how I want this positive wire going. So, because the thought is to, see, I really kind of want to put a shielding over that. I'm going to go ahead and flip my hot gun on to turbo. Yeah. Hindsight, now that I'm doing this, hindsight tells me I can see something that I can change if I make another one. When I did this, I rotated the caps so that all the negatives were as close as possible, and obviously the positives were on the opposite edge. But this configuration that I made, I probably should have turned the caps towards each other. Because if I turned the caps towards each other, they would have been more inclined to solder, you know what I mean? Like kind of closer. So that's in that, you know, thought process of designing something. You know, this is almost like a trial. Because if I had rotated these would have been closer. So, but I just got to figure, do I want my positive side over here or do I want it over here? How do I want to do this, man? Yeah, see, if I had rotated these caps, it would have been better. I think if I run it like that, the only other thing that I could potentially do is I'm going to unsolder this right now. So I'm going to go ahead and unsolder that. I'm going to attempt to unsolder that. Boy, is that wire getting hot already. Holy smokes. Ooh. All right. Do the same thing on this side. Still waiting for your soldering station. Must have got lost in the mail. Got lost in the mail, guy. Boy, that end is still warm. Come on. Any day now. You can see it. Starting to bubble. Starting to change. You can feel it getting loose. It's coming. Come on, wire's getting hot. Come on, man. Get off of there. Ooh, that wire's getting hot. Oh, holy crap. All right. All right. All right. So now I've got my positive wire here. So the question is how do I want to do this? Do I want to loop around? Probably. Yeah, that is exactly what I want to do. So if I take these and basically create a post, yeah, so what I can do is I can basically start there, twist all three of these together onto one that will basically be right there. Then I can loop this wire around. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the plan, man. Go ahead and snip this off. I don't have my regular dikes with me here. I think they're in Jaguar. They're in Jaguar. All right. So basically, do something like this. Look at that. Oh, this is working out mint. Okay. So now I just have to carefully wrap these all together. But I should be doing the hot glue first. I'm going to do a strip of hot glue in there. Beautiful. Nice little strip of hot glue there. Get my fingers on fire. Now, take these and basically wrap them to that base right there. Carefully. And then slide it down if I can without breaking it. So what I want to do is I want this to slide down. Like a slide handle. Because I want that to pretty much lay kind of flat. . Come on, lay flat, will you? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to wreck this. There we go. That's what I wanted. Beautiful. Pull that away. That is nice. Okay. That works. Get rid of this tall lead. Get rid of this. It's too tall. Okay. So now I can go ahead and tin that. Yeah. Okay. Happy. Definitely happy, man. Technically, I could probably take it all and just punch it, but it does need a way for the solder. So what I can do is nip this side. Like that. And then, yeah, still nip the other side. I'll still nip the other side. Talking to myself here. Okay. And I'll punch this through. Leave a good little path for it to kind of go through. And all right. What we got? Charge error? Oh, awesome. That was a charging error. Why? Oh, safety cut off. Back. Okay. All charged up. Safety error. Awesome. All right, so I got my two 4S bricks all charged up, ready to rip. For those who what? Pre-order now, you get, dude, you get backyard track. You get diamond dust, actually. You get diamond dust. All right. For all those that pre-order, you get diamond dust in its own little vial. All right, so I need a little bit of flux. God, the amount of time this has taken definitely would have been way easier to just pay somebody. But I wouldn't have the experience that I'm having. Okay. I'm happy with that. Now this time, I think I'm going to leave that. I'm going to put a little bit more paste on it. I'm going to pack paste into this hole, because as I push the wire through, it should help like transmit the paste through the hole. Transmit. Here we go. Let the stabbing begin. There we go. That is a beautiful thing right there. Check that out. I know it looks like the wire is going the wrong way, but it's not. All right. Boy, is that wire hot. Okay, it's in the wire. It's definitely in the wire. Okay. Cool. Now, take some hot glue and do a hot glue strip right in there. Ooh, boy, is that stuff hot, man. Gotta wet your finger. Key is to wet your finger to help with the pain. All right, so now all I should have to do is figure out where I want these leads to go. So I'll twist those because I want this wire to now wrap like that. Like that. Yeah, oops, right there. Look at that. The first ever guy cat pack here. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue there. Some hot stuff. Okay. So now what I want to do is take these leads, go like that. Flip them out because I twist one way better than the other. And then do the same thing with these. I want to do this. I want to loop that there. Kind of want to keep that away from there. So I think I'll do it like that. Think like that. Yeah, because that's totally away. works. Okay. And then on this one, if I want to bring that wire close to that edge, that way, because what I'm trying to do is trying to just make sure I don't have my solder joints too close to each other. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to solder this one here. You know what I'm saying? So like if I take this and go this way with it, take this one and go that way with it, but I want to put the hot glue in that pocket right now. Just to prevent possibility of anything. Here we go. What a mess. All right, so that seems okay. I'll take that, go that way with it, and then basically spin it right there. Gotta make sure I'm only spinning that other wire. So I'm gonna bring that down. How am I doing this? So I'm gonna bring that up a little bit. Kind of wish I had my smaller dikes. Okay. It's too long, it's in the way. All right. That's that, man. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and tin these ones. Probably don't even have to tin it, but just feel like that's what I should be doing. All right. Boy, does this look gross. All right, so now that's going to be nipped there and there. So I want to nip that wire. Nip it right there. So I've got to put a mark on it so I know where I want to nip it. So I nip it like right there. And then this one wants to be nipped right here. snip, snip. And the exact opposite side. Take my awl. Look at this. Look at this. I've got the whole process now. Get the awl out. Snip, snip. Feed that through. Beautiful. Pack the hole. Pack the hole with the stuff here. Boy, I'd be pumping these out in no time. There we go. Now take that. And I do want to snip this though, so it does stab through easier. Go. It's all the way through. All right. What I should have done is I should have snipped this side at the same time. So that side is in there though. So I'm going to go ahead and snip this side. Snip the back side. Poke a hole. Jam some flux in there. That other side fell out. That's all right. Should go right back in. Go. Okay. Now, what would be ideal would be to somehow keep this in place. But I think I'm just going to go with that for now. See how this works. Because I'm having a problem is keeping that together. Take an elastic. Elastic just might do it. Let's kind of keep that right there. So I'm going to put a little bit more flux paste on here.
Ooh, look at that. The wire popped. I got too close to the edge. Good enough. Yeah, see the insulation popped right there. All right, now I'll go after this one. Ooh, the hot glue got, look at that. Yay! Looks like it's kind of getting there. All right, now let's go after this one. Put a little flux on there. Now this is the tricky part. Get out of my way. All right, so I want to be down here like that. Try to see if I could get it so you could see it flowing in. Could see it flowing down and in. At least I think you can. All right. I'm going to call that. That's stiff. Call that cooked. I don't like how that turned out, but it's definitely connected. Big blob right there. Snip that off. And then pound that down. Okay. So technically this should hold power. This disastrous looking thing should hold some juice. So we tinned the connections or whatever, got the start of the flow into the wires, still flexible, which is good. You can see how far the solder drags out. It drags out like the connection. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a bead of hot glue right there, wet my finger and kind of smooth it down. Same thing over the top. Fill that in with some hot glue, smooth it down. So this is where the burns come into play here. So I'm going to go ahead and load my glue stick with more glue. is that hot. Damn. Hot stuff, man. Same thing in here. This, I should probably just let it sit over it. Maybe that would be a good idea. Oh my God, I got the coffee shakes bad. Yeah. Okay. Kind of looks like a cat pack. So the curiosity now is if I apply some voltage to this, what's going to happen? So looks like it's all done right. Got the correct lighting, you got the correct color for the wire. So if I take a, what's my voltmeter? My voltmeter is here, I know somewhere. I know I saw it somewhere. Okay, it's not there. It might be in Jaguar. I got this one. This is my regular one. So let's just check this out here. Volts. Check and see if there's any juice in there right now. Which it shouldn't be. So 0.02 volts. All right. And it's going the right way. All right. So now if I just ding this capacitor with a little bit of juice from something. So I got this pack right here. If I just ding this with some juice, put that in there, and then just juice that up. Now there should be some kind of power in there. So we got that there. Look at that. We have got a homemade cat pack. Cool, man. Awesome. Psyched, dude. Very, very simple to do, kind of, sort of. You're going to burn your fingers. But, so the question is, why is she wine bagging? The question is it worth it to do it yourself? I don't know, man. It takes time. So how long has the stream been going for? The stream has been going for an hour and a half. So it probably took me, would you say it probably took like a half an hour to make that pack? Like if I wasn't talking and I was just making it, maybe it took like half hour, maybe more. Maybe it took me 40 minutes. Maybe it took me 45 minutes to make that cat pack. Now, you got to figure, like, let's just say it's an hour's worth of your time. You got to source your stuff. You got to get all your products, get all your stuff in line. You know what I'm saying? So you have to sometimes weigh out, is it worth it? So buying these caps, I think they were pretty cheap. If I remember right, I actually wish I could tell you
maybe it was $10 for a good sized package of them. So I got enough left over. So maybe $10. And then obviously you'd have to have wire. I obviously sourced my own wire. Yeah. You just kind of got to figure if it's going to be worth it, man. And then like buying the right caps. I think these are right. These are 50 volt. Something 1000 UF or something. They just seem like they'd work. They're not blown. This does have juice in it now. So the next thing to do would be to shrink wrap this. So there was actually this guy, and I don't know why I didn't think of it, and I'm not going to take the credit for it, but there was this guy. It was a video that he did, I think, 4 months ago. He's from the UK. And I don't even know why it came up, because it wasn't like I searched it, but it was a fairly recent video, and it was somebody that I'd never seen before, and he is speaking English. And that was probably crappy to say, because what other language is there to speak? But anyways, he did speak a language that I could definitely understand. So what he did was he took a water bottle and he used the water bottle as the shrink wrap. I thought that was pretty good, man. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this water bottle, I'm going to cut it, I'm going to basically take the cap, stick it inside, and see how small I can get the plastic to shrink with the heat gun around this. I mean, I suppose I could like electrical tape it first, which maybe I should do, but nah. I'm just going to use the water bottle first. See what happens. Because if this water bottle shrinks down enough, we'll see, man. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to take the water bottle. I'm going to try and shrink wrap my cap pack. Hopefully it works. I think it will. So I specifically saved this water bottle for this this deal here. So I do need a razor blade that's sharp. So I'm going to cut it right. Where do I want to cut it? You know, it's funny. Imagine if I could shrink wrap that. So let's see what's going on here. Because this is already tapered. It's already tapered. Might be a good idea. And I think I just ruined the taper. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so it's already tapered. So technically I'd be stuffing it in that way, but what I wanted to do is do this. Get it as close to the taper as I can. And then basically just see if that works, man. See if I can get this plastic bottle to shrink wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut the end off. Should I do this? Actually, you know what? I'll cut it in the middle here. Right? Yeah. Cut it right down the middle here. Made with only the finest materials here. These catbacks are going to cost a lot of money, man. What? Now what? How about hot gluing the entire pack? It's changed
up. Wonder when it's going to blow up with the bare wire. What bare wire? You mean that one? What do you mean? Oh, I did kind of hot glue the whole thing. It's hot glued there, 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 there. It's hot glued all around here. Is that what you're asking? You know it, guy. Hillbilly shrink wrap. I wanted to try it, man. I saw that dude do it. So if I do that, now I just see my heat gun. See if it works. That guy did it. Maybe it'll work for me. So here we go. Gonna zoom in. See if this works, man. This works, man. We'll be selling Walmart crap packs. We'll be selling Walmart cat packs. It's probably way too big. Look at that. Shrinking. Oh, it's working. All right. It is working. I just want to make sure I position this right. I think I want it like right there. Something like that. Or do I want to lift it up? I think I might lift it up. Like that. Okay. Getting smaller. I'm liking it. Want to make sure that it's in there enough, though. The hot glue that's on the thing here is warming up. It might have reached a contraction point. Okay. So what's happening is the hot glue that's on this is reactivating and it's sticking to it. So I need to get the hot glue off of the workstation here. Look at that, man. That's working mint. All right, so what I should do is snip off what I've got going on here that I know I won't need. What? Do you need to go out? Is that what your issue is? Fine. Go play with the coyotes. All right. Right. Do not attempt without the station because you will melt your bench. It's reactivating all the hot glue that was on here. All right. So I am liking how that's coming out. It's locking it into place, man. So I'm just going to stuff it in. Oops. I'm going to stuff it in just a little bit here. Oops, crap. See, I want to go like that. And I think if I leave that, I want to trim off the excess back section here. Burn through. Gotta be careful. Woo! Hot stuff. Not the best, not perfect, but damn, it actually worked pretty good. But he's what, one cat pack? What? Yeah, there we go, man. It's all sticky because all the hot glue reactivated. Ooh, it's nice and warm. Not good. Well, you know what? It's the only thing that I can do right now. It's the outside that melted. I think we're fine. We'll see. Again, this is the first time doing this, so hopefully it'll work out. I feel it's a nice little hand warmer. So anyways, so this was just trying to see if I could build my own cat pack, and apparently it is doable. It's just, you know, dealing with, you know, foolishness like this, using a plastic thing there other than using shrink wrap. Using shrink wrap definitely would have been better because the temperatures reached to make this cat pack or this plastic shrink was a good amount of heat. I did do a burn through of the plastic, not the actual capacitor right there. You can see it just wrapped right to it. So I guess the next thing to do would be to toss this thing in the refrigerator or the freezer to bring the temperatures down. But like I said, it's a nice little hand warmer right here. So anyways, that's it. We'll see if it actually worked. I do have voltage in it, which is a good thing. Let's see if I actually still have voltage in there. Let's see if the heat didn't bleed off and kill the caps. Negative. Fire. And it's been just slowly reducing in power. Because obviously, in order to read what's in there, it's using juice to read what's in there. So I think it's going to work. I think it's just a capacitor bank, so it should work. Probably having an actual heat shrink that would be the size of this would be better. The cat pack that the guy made was different than mine. Mine is more compact. His was 3D printed and it was splayed out. So he had a lot more surface area to cover where I didn't have to. I probably have about, how many caps did he have? I think his cap packs were 10. I think it was a row of five. He soldered, did everything, and then folded it together so that the cap packs were splayed out like a Boxster engine. And yeah. Seems like it'll work. So now the next thing is going to be, which I'm not looking forward to this next part. Now this next part is, I'm not going to do it now. This next part is now taking the new cap pack and soldering it down at the base of the ESC, which that's the part I just don't like. I don't like the fact that that's what I'm going to do. I wish there was just a better way. I don't know, man. Because then technically this is permanent. And that's the part that I don't like. Sometimes I don't like certain types of changes that are made that are, I mean, everything can come apart, but the more and more you solder and desolder something, the more and more it gets mangled. So that's the only part that I don't like, is now burying the wires at the ESC just so I can install this. So hopefully this will be enough to take away the ripple voltage that I have, which, like I said, it's wicked bad. When I mentioned the numbers to Earl, and he was like, "Whoa, guy,
And I knew it the last time. So the time before last, I even said it on the video. I am at to the point right now. And then I went out again the next day. But I am at the back then of when I needed one of these ripple killers things. Yeah, so I think who is it? You got Flowpack. It's 2 people that I just know of, and it's just by word of mouth. So you got Flowpack that does it, and then you got Philip Jolly also makes them. So, and I don't know if they make them themselves or if they're at the point of where they have them made. They might have them made. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to just juice this up real quick again. Make sure I do, just to show you. Trug Hill RC guy, dude, thank you. First, what? You want me to put a not one pack sticker on? Put a not one pack sticker on my own cap pack? There we go. Not one. Hey, not one cap. Oh, check that out, dude. I could make not one cap packs. Because it's more than one cap, right? Not one cap. All right, I'm going to go ahead and juice this up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to juice this up. Make sure you put red to black and black to red. All right. So let's see. Juice it up. I think that did it. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it charge into it, though. Let's see. Did that toss some juice in it? I don't know if I touched. I don't know if the negative touched the negative. Oh, it definitely did. Let's do that again. Oh, you know what? I bet this is my dead battery. Can't supply 14 volts if there isn't 14 volts. 12 point. So this battery has an available capacity right now of 1210. So that means this cap pack should have at least that, maybe a little bit lower right now, of that juice in there. 1210. So it still works. All right, so we're good. Thank you for that, Trug Hill. That's awesome, man. For a sticker for the cap pack. For a team not what pack, not one cap stickers. Team not one cap stickers. That'd be funny if I made those. You got the team not one cap packs. So I don't even know like if this is going to be enough to kill the ripple voltage that I had. I'm thinking it should do something. I mean, it's 750 volt capacitors, so I'm hoping it's just enough to pull some of that away because the numbers that I saw were super bad. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. Paul, thanks, man. Guy, you're my vodka. You already put in your order. Nice. I didn't even know they were on the website yet. Dude, stretch a balloon around with zip tie, the end done. Yeah, I guess. The thing is that I for some reason I felt like a balloon wasn't going to work because I still had exposed ends, and I suppose I could have wrapped it with the electrical tape and did all that. That was obviously a thought, but I did want to try this. I wanted to try doing the water bottle, and what I will say is that especially along this area right here, where I felt it was fairly important to not have any voltage leaking out in any way. I just feel like something for me would just go wrong using a balloon and like what you said, a couple zip ties. This does work. You probably need a little bit, maybe need a smaller water. I don't know if they make smaller water bottles, do they? I don't even know if they make smaller water bottles. They probably don't. But definitely these real cheap plastics seem to shrink pretty good. But I felt like it was going to provide a little bit of protection here. So, yeah. So anyways, RC Guy Garage. This was COVID and coffee. I didn't put a episode because YouTube is just a pain in the neck. But I was called DIY RC Cat Pack for Ripple Voltage. I think it'll work. It's my first shot at trying to make one. I've had these things for 2 years, and I just never made one because I wasn't at the point of being not scared, because I'm not scared, but I was definitely at the point of realizing, especially reading data, that it was absolutely 100% necessary and mandatory, man, for me to go ahead. And what I'm putting this fire team through, or what I'm putting the ESC through, having a cat pack was definitely a wise decision. So now I just got to make sure I solder it onto the ESC. So hopefully you enjoyed this little COVID and coffee blip here. Now I think I got to solder it to the ESC, man. I just don't want to. I mean, I'm making the cat packs fine. It's just wrecking the ESC, man. I'm just not looking forward to that. I don't know why I feel like I'm wrecking the ESC, but I just do. I just do. You know, I almost feel like doing. Remember back in the day, there used to be those clamps, those wire clamps, when you wanted to dumbly attach a wire to another wire. You'd get those little, they're called taps, wire taps. Just get 2 wire taps and wire tap it so that I can kind of pull it out and then make sure it's all right. I'm not enjoying the prospect of bearing those wires. I'm just not. I'm not thrilled about it at all. Just don't want to. But I have to. I'm forced. So, all right, that's it. Enough blabbing. Thank you guys for coming. If you haven't gone ahead and done one of these, that'd be great. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but it would be appreciated. YouTube algorithm likes those things, so it just shows, like, you know, that this was worth watching or whatever. How many people? We got 47 people here. 47. Come on, guy. 47 people here and only 44 thumbs ups. That means people are here and they're not even thumbs upping. That is what it means, I think, right? Yeah, that would have to be what it means. Come on, man. You're killing me here. You know, it's funny. I do know some people watch these on TVs, and that's why you can't do a thumbs up, because I've realized that a couple of times when I go ahead and put it, but I usually I'm casting. So I usually cast from this, and I can find the thumbs up and hit it. So I'll just wait. 49. Nice. All right. Good enough. Thank you. Appreciate that. Can we get a 50? Well, it's got to be one person in here that's struggling. It's got to be one person on here that's struggling to give me that 50. 49 people on here now. Come on. Whoever just jumped in, do it. Yeah. There we go. Thank you. All right. I knew it was there. All right. 52. Holy crap. We'll keep rising here. All right. So we did make a cat pack. Here we go. I want to take a picture. This is the RC Guy Garage hammer pack. And it does have voltage in it, so I'm very happy, man. I finally made my own cat pack here. You can thumbs up but not comment on your... Oh, yes, right. Yes, you're absolutely right. I forgot about that. You cannot comment also. I'm sure there are certain ways that you probably could figure it out, because, like, if I do like a premiere, I'll usually watch the premiere with you guys, but I've got it on my big screen, and then I'll use the phone to chat. That way, you know, I can be present and still talk at the same time. So, but yeah, that's it, man. Cat pack is made. The proof will be in the pudding. Is it actually going to work? Is it going to take my ripple bad, like way bad ripple? Is it going to take that away? It's unknown. All right. Thank you guys for coming.